I have good news, everyone. This is the first time this week I feel awake and alive. I'm actually ready for streaming. Hooray! In celebration of me being awake for the stream that I have chosen to do, if you're watching this VOD later on YouTube, please remember to subscribe. And to give you incentive, this is the vocal warm-up I was doing just before starting stream. Feels pretty good, actually. It loosens up the voice a little bit. Also, I'm desperately trying not to cough because 'tis flu season. The flu! The flu is here! There we go. And there we go. Who is here? People are here. People are here. I'm certainly here. I count as exactly one people. Who like the thing? Yep, of course. So, fun thing, on the Blue Sky, there's this channel called My Tip Me, which I'm almost 1000% sure... almost 1000%. I'm sure it's a bot, because My Tip Me is an online tipping service, which I am absolutely not going to use, and if you're watching this My Tip Me, I'm sorry, but you are sus, and you need to work on being less sus if you are legit. Okay, moving right along. Moving right along. Where am I? Is it actually stream day? It is Thursday, yes. Well, Thursday for me. I don't know what day it is for you. It's possibly a day or two. And technically I'm early, I think. I don't know. Am I? No, I'm not. I'm exactly on time for once, which effectively makes me early, because I'm never bang on time usually. What was I doing? I was doing this. Right, we need to go find the thing. What was the thing? Ooh. I really need to go and frickin' watch other people's From the Depths content and make a point of it, because I'm seeing gorgeous stuff in the thumbnails here. There we go. It feels like a long time since I've streamed. It feels like it. I don't know if it actually is. Hello, John McFist. Hello, Orange. What are we doing? Let me look at my to-do list. So, first things first, we need to look at the updated Sarcosuchus. I'm not sure if it's, actually the finished version of the Sarcosuchus. We've got an updated anchor bolt, updated R-gear, updated Wadjet, which actually should hopefully have the hole filled, and, right, and then the shuffle, the Glacave shuffle, which I've been looking forward to because Glacave is fun to watch. Alright, so let us now go over here. It's been the same 3 days or so as usual, no? Yes, it has been like 3 days, but it feels like longer for some reason. I don't know why. It's been that kind of week. The past 3 days have not been great for me. I don't think any particular reason. It's just been like, it's just been grey, and I've been just lethargic and unproductive, so the week hasn't been super good. There was a couple of changes I've been meaning to make the anchor bolt for a while. It seemed like a good idea to do it before the shuffle. Good plan. Good plan, good plan. Alright. There we go. Reasonable depression, perhaps. I mean, maybe. I do myself no favors by reading the news, not to start real talk too soon in the stream, but, let's go forth and look at the updated. Let's focus on video game for now. Thanks, autocorrect. Seasonal. I guess seasonal depression, it's like, honestly, it would be impressive if seasonal depression just hit me now, because, like, down here in beautiful Aotearoa, New Zealand, it's been winter for a while now. And the weather absolutely had something to do with it, but also probably the fact that Sunday night was rough, because... Alright, so this is a fun story. Well, it's semi-fun. It's not super fun. I think it's funny in hindsight, but, like, I have a sense of humor about these kind of things, mostly. Let's have a look at the updated Sarcosuchus. What's changed? I don't remember what's changed. But, anyway. Basically, I gave into temptation Sunday night and, ate a chocolate muffin of a brand I'd never tried before, and basically it made me tummy very upset. So upset that in order to get to sleep, I stuck my hand down my own throat and induced vomiting on purpose, which was the correct thing to do because I felt, well, much better. So that's how my week really started. Didn't start on Monday, it started Sunday night with me vomiting my guts out because of bad decisions. So, that kind of set the tone of it. I never read the news first thing in the morning and I go, oh, no, don't do that. Do that when you're mentally prepared, and be sure to balance bad news and good news as much as you can, if you're for your own mental health, if nothing else. Maybe I should stop doing that too. It's the funny in hindsight type of story. Hello, Marcel. Yeah, so sorry to start the stream with something disgusting. Let's talk about the Sakosuka. What the hell changed with the Sarko? Let's spawn in the old one. Where is it? Wait, really? Where is it? Oh, damn it. Oh, damn it, they got confused. Alright, so this is... Hold on, let's actually get the correct fleet colors for this. What changed here? 535, 87. This one is marginally cheaper. I think I need to go look at the Discord. Downright changed the missiles to thump. Don't know other than that. Okay. Hello, random.head. You have arrived. I wouldn't expect eating a chocolate muffin to be that much of a problem normally. Are you allergic to something? Nope. I think certain densities of sugar and chocolate do bad things to me, especially since I don't usually eat stuff like that. So yeah, it's bad. Alright, by the way, was the original author informed of this update? I think so? I don't know. Not that I'm aware of. Have to ask Downright. Alright, so basically, it's got thump instead. Right, where is your... Okay, let's just go over here. Let's look over here and see the missiles. Alright, so it's just thumpy, 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 remote guidance, and this is... Alright, well, if the original author wasn't informed, like, we should probably do that. Alright, so it's like, just, it's thumpy instead of heaty. And is slightly cheaper somehow? I don't know why. Also, where's the Sakosukas on this spreadsheet again? I need to go check. The Sakosukas is... It's a hovercraft, so yeah, okay. I mean... I don't know, let's, hang on, where is the Sakosukas on the spreadsheet? It's a hard design. Does it need thump, is the question. What happened involving a chocolate muffin I missed? He ate one and had a bad time. Yes, that's basically it. That's the story. I ate a chocolate muffin. It was not a good one, I have to say. It was like the kind of thing that, it was like a convenience store chocolate muffin. So it's the kind of thing that had been sitting in the packaging for who knows how long. And just way too much sugar, way too much, like, preservatives and just garbage in it. So it was a bad idea, and I deserve to suffer. We shuffling my favorite faction today? Hopefully. Yes. Alright, so the Sakosukas thing, I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna look at this. I'm gonna, like... Brace yourself, I'm looking at the Discord. Wait a minute. Ooh, alright. Interesting. Aha! The walrus got updated, but thankfully I don't need to do that every time. Where is the bloody... Where'd the bloody Sarko go? Okay. Much faster, naively deflag. Okay, so it still needs some work, so I'm not going to use this. Why the hell are people putting things at updated blueprints when it's not ready yet? That's irritating. Okay, so basically the updated Sakosukas is no different. I'm not going to touch it for now. And, because, like, we don't have the original authors, like... Well, we haven't informed them, and... Yeah, that's like, I don't know, like, if it still needs to be tweaked or anything. Okay, checking a few updates across. First, what was that? Alright, so updated Sakosukas is actually... me. Alright, updated anchor bolt. Let's go here. The anchor bolt is this fella. Right, what's changed here? What changed here? Why do people... I remember saying I wanted to keep things on the Steam Workshop, so what is it? Alright, so according to John First, So slightly cheaper, changes the plasma for heavier individual shots. Additional laser combiners for close and kamikaze defense. Minor bridge changes made the laser discharge rate to help you charge all the time. Okay, so this is just an all-round updatey thing. And just for giggles, I'm going to throw this at its old self. Just, I don't know, just to see what happens. It doesn't need to win, I just want to see what's different. So let's do this. We're going to do this over here. Mostly changed blood. You know my deco work on this is kind of outdated. Okay, fun video in the screenshot channel of it shooting down Great Talon ICBMs. Good to know. Okay, let's go here. Also, I got the updated Glacave folder. Haha! Because I'm smart. Okay, let's go. Anchor bolt. Bolt Mark II. Wait, this isn't the same thing, is it? Right, so that is Mark. Aha! Well, that's different. Alright, so this is definitely the anchor bolt of all time. Let's see, who's winning, what's winning. I think this is a fight that can take a little bit of a long time. What is all this? Nothing. I remember testing the Franz Magna, or what is now called the Franz Magna, against this thing, and it was a pain in the butt. Okay, it doesn't appear to be that different. Wait, what? Oh, hello. Why is this fella losing health faster? Interesting. Same thing, older update. Mark II is because I re-uploaded it to Steam Workshop a while ago with that in the name. Okay, fair enough. Gotcha, gotcha. I think the old one got a random lucky shot on the underside. Okay, gotcha. Alright, well, the thing looks and functions mostly the same, except for the tweaks that you've done. So let's just put the new... Let's just put the new anchor bolt in where it lives. And I'm gonna need to adjust things, aren't I? Alright, so... Harbor tanks, paste, bolt. And just going to go delete that one for now, because I don't need it. I really should have spawned that in. So let's do this now. Everyone look at this thing. In Amphitasma colors, I guess. Right, so where is the anchor bolt? Anchor bolt. Just gonna green that, make sure that it is done. And I don't actually need to do that, really, because I think Spaghetti already got it. Let's go have a look-see. Let's see, did Tactical Spaghetti? Yep, Tactical Spaghetti already got it, so I literally don't need to do anything. Thank goodness for Spaghetti. Okay, then. I just did things on my own little folder here. I saw a bunch of blocks solid. New plasma's higher muzzle velocity and damage per shot, but much slower firing. That makes sense. Jolly good. Alright, moving right along. Ding, 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 ding. Alright, so updated gear. So, Spaghetti actually waded into the building thing just to, like, cut down on the deco of this thing. So let's see here. What do we got? What do we got? Huh? Alright, so let's see here. This is basically minus the ballast tank, so... Or not. What? Huh? Wait a minute. Am I missing something? Oh, wait. Oh, wait. No. My bad. My bad. Why is the Augur over there? Why was it there? I'm confused. Okay, I need to actually download the damn thing. Right, where is it? I actually need to download everything. Okay, so firstly, gonna download that. Where's it? And the widget, like, Hotsoft has, like, updated the bloody thing again. Hopefully to fill the hole in the front. And save to this. No ballast tanks. Launch designer. Alright, so... minus the ballast tanks, what does this look like? It's still... huh? Okay, explanation about the spin blocks. The good thing there's some of that. I don't think that this thing really does not need this much decoration. It really doesn't. But hey, like, minus the ballast tanks, that, like, it looks just fine. It looks like a submarine. Incidentally, I figured out why it trolled the fronts when you tested them. It shoots at large, huge missiles with the main lasers, which against the fronts means it shot past them and sniped the first missile gantry on each one. Ooh. That is funny and interesting. Right, really, like, here's the thing. Spaghetti, if you're watching, I love the R gear. It really does not need this many decos. It really doesn't. It's okay. I know you like it round. What does this thing look like without the decorations? It looks fine. It looks like a submarine. Alright, let's actually put it in correct. Nope, that was wrong. Yeah, this just looks like a sub. Just a few decos here and there to keep it, like, stable, but, like... and maybe, I don't know, something... the rudder could definitely be shaped differently. But yeah, honestly, like, I don't really get why people go so nuts on the decos. Like, you don't have to. You really don't. Speaking as a man who likes things round. I like it round, I like it chunky. Yeah. Well, we'll take that. We'll take that. I don't mind. I'll take that. I'll put it in Swole updated. Slightly less deco. This is the problem with coordinating, like, a whole bunch of different people for this. Grr. So, these are why is that more expensive with more blocks? Why is it more expensive with more blocks? Hold on, what's the explanation here? This is version, okay. Huh, okay, cool. Well, we'll just do that. And we'll get to see this a lot later. Okay then, what are we doing now? Alright, so we've looked at the R gear with our ballast tanks, it's absolutely fine. And good thing you're here, Dr. Dooley, because we found the updated widget. Just to ask, is this the final version? Because if it isn't, I'm gonna start growling at people for like, putting stuff up which is not finished. Like, I understand the whole deco thing, but it's like, it should be finished. What the hell is this? Okay, this is... that is a catboy swinging around. That is a catboy swinging around. And it's got... it's just filled with wedges and it's got a spinning catboy. I don't actually like that. That's too silly. It's finished. There'll be a spinny deco on the front. Okay. Actually, I don't know. Now I think about it, it's not that bad. That is visually distracting. Hold on, let's slow this down a little bit. I'm going to... that's better. That was actually hurting my eyeballs. Finished. There was plenty to get. It's a rate... wait, what? Is it? Oh, it is. Aha! Okay, there you go. Alright. Now I get it. Now I get it. Okay, this thing, yeah, it could still use some more pretty... but okay, I'm happy. I am happy. Thank you, Dr. Dooley, for making the happy thing. Yay, look at this. Look at this snake. It's good. Alright, so if we spawn in something that's roughly 200k, let's see what happens. What is the worst that could happen? Approximately 0 deco. In the case of the Argo, the decos are mostly to give it a different texture. I think it plique instead of metal. I personally don't understand why you'd want to have several thousand decorations just to do that. That's like... I don't know. That could just be me and my playstyle. I like to be able to see what materials are made out of. Would people hate me if I just said, alright, no decorations? This is a no deco campaign. People would absolutely hate that. Alright, so roughly 200k. Let's see how you perform. Yeah, let's throw you against the shrine and see what happens. And the shrine immediately falls down into the water? Huh. Interesting. I think that might be a spawning issue in this particular test version. Where's the shrine? Where did it go? Help. Right. Alright, yep, nope, this is definitely a fortress doing fortress things. It's lovely. Tested mostly against the flies of other factions, to be fair. Okay. I'd love you. Okay. Me neither, but that's what they do. Deco is all I do, it's all I am. Yeah, but aesthetics. Is that a new test version? No. I'm still in test version 9, the one with the bigger map. Oh wow, look at this thing go. Look at this thing go. Brrr. Alright, so... Oh, wait, never mind. I think I think a lot of, Starlight Presence Craft are gonna need to be redone. In the sense that a lot of them, people were so focused on things other than just functionality. Not that that's a bad thing. Hang on, where's the Gilgamesh hammer? So, hold on, so this is G1... LG. Alright, so if I go G1, there's the Gilgamesh hammer. That is a hard design. Okay, well, I am happy with this widget. Oh, wow. Also, that's fun. Look at that. Loses health, in big chunks. Alright, so let's do... Yeah, so I have slowed down that a little bit, just because... it will drive me insane, and it's not good to look at. That's the only reason. That's the only little change I've made here, and we're definitely not going to get confused later. Alright, so let's go... Fortresses... Oh, darn it. Also, you spelled... No, you didn't spell Warjet 1. Yeah, no, you did. There's no R in Warjet. Warjet isn't a thing, so I'm going to just... do this, and I'm going to save over it. Sunlight Presence, Fortresses, save over, and then back over here, delete this. There we go. That would have bugged me. I think a lot of Sunlight are fun for easy medium. True. Your X menu bigger than mine. Nothing to be insecure about. I don't know, why is there so much stuff here? I really need to clear this out a little bit. Why is the Augur here? I genuinely don't know. Why is the Phantom here? I don't know. Is there notes on this? Hold on, where's the Gur? Where is the Gur? Where is the Gur? Where is the Gur? Is there a note here? Too low despawn, scuttle settings too strict? I don't know. I don't frickin' know. I'm scared to delete these just in case there's a reason I left those blueprints here. Alright then. Jolly good. We can move on to the shuffle, and it's not even half an hour into the stream. Perfect. Okay then. So let us go. First thing, I think it isn't that the front performance. More like there isn't the back and forwards for designs in the Stone Knight. The what? Oh, you mean in terms of discussion? The higher difficulty, not so much. I am personally quite guilty on focus and appearance instead of functionality for Stone Knight Presence. Yeah, the Garmer. Yeah. Yeah. I think a good guideline for Sunlight Presence is make a functional thing, and then you put statues and faces and limbs on it, and, like, that'll probably be a good idea. Okay, let us start the shuffle, because the shuffle is important. So the first thing is the Lorentz, which is a derpy as AFV. Let's see here. Very derpy, actually. Also, I see there is 2 expert slots for, like, art for... There's a... Okay, let me show you what I'm looking at here, because it'll be a good idea. Alright, so there's the Lorentz. There is an open slot for an expert tank, which I think I'm just gonna close, honestly, because I don't know if anyone is working on that. If someone is, do let me know, and I will open that up again. And same with the artillery AFV. We haven't even done really the hard slot for that, so I think we can just close the expert one. And so yeah, the Lorentz is the next one. The Lorentz is kind of derpy. And again, it's one of those things I feel that I might take a crack at some point in the future if no one else does it first. Let's see, is it in... So Lorentz, wait. Why is there a paste? Thank you for getting rid of that. Okay. Archive and AFVs. Right, so... Also, this is... Oh, yeah, so this was originally submitted as an artillery AFV, and it, like, had... There is nothing about this that suggests artillery, so... I did not put it in the artillery slot. Okay, same with my Amona Nephilim, not so with the Dioscur, that was on purpose, same with Flacco Burr. Just very tall and slab-sided. Oh, that one, yeah. Yeah. I think, yeah, we could do... But who made this? Hexit Fan 11. We could do this over. I remember... Hold on. This is the one with fixed clipping. Why are there so many of these? I don't know. Anyway, let's go... Well, we don't need to do that now, because I'm going to respawn anything. I'm going to do typey on my notepad now. Alright, so the great difficulty shuffle. Jeez, the bloody Sewol one is very long. Alright, so... Gonna copy that, gonna do that, gonna do this, and I can finally close the notepad for... Alright, so... Glacave Dominion... Glacave... Whoops. Dominion. Alright then, Lorentz. And I need to save this pronto. Aha! We're flying along with this difficulty reshuffle, I have to say. Alright, so, against a higher difficulty craft, closest cost, same faction, we're gonna have problems there, because over here, there isn't really... Wait, I don't know, like, artillery AFV. The Lorentz actually, for AFVs, is the... kind of the highest difficulty so far here. So what the hell do we test it against? We might need to test it against an Amphitasma one, actually. Does anyone have any good 3x3 or 5x5 weapons they would be willing to share for a test I'm doing? Not really. All very tall and slab-sided. Oh my, I forgot how crazy early Glacave craft looked. Yep. Just a tank. Alright, so I'm going to go find a godly Amphitasma thing. Or maybe chuck it against the Legionary. Let's just go not too far up in the spreadsheet, and I'm just gonna say... And I'm just gonna throw it against the Legionary, just because, like, alright, let's try tank stuff. Alright, so we're gonna go here, we're going typey. I should be showing you something slightly more interesting than that on screen. Okay, let's go here. High difficulty. Alright, so Legionnaire. Especially Soul Republic Legionnaire, and the thing just below the Lorentz is the nail gun, which I think is one of those things that like punches above its weight. So nail gun, and then the third thing is against lowest difficulty fast flyer, same faction. What is that for Glacave? Which probably would be the Proton Squad. Yeah, I think Proton Squad would be the one for that. Right, so Proton Squad. And the highest difficulty fast flyer would be... What is the fastest thing? Well, not the fastest thing, but you know. Let's see. Fighter bomber, attack helicopter... They don't really go in for, like, super fast stuff, do they? Also, Glacave has multiple holes in the spreadsheet still. I'm just gonna go... What is the lift? Hold on. Let's see what the lift is. Let's see here. What is the lift? What is the lift? Oh, God. Alright, so... How fast is this? Decently fast. It's also, huge. Alright, so this is a different kind of vibe to Solar Republic for sure. Okay, just I do like how it kind of looks like a mobile research lab. Go do some improvements. Yeah, it kind of looks like... It does kind of look like a lab. It has a lot of heavy armor. What is all this? While we're critiquing things, it has just a crap ton of heavy armor on the bottom that it honestly probably does not need to have at all. So yeah, this thing is going to need a do-over at some point. But not for now, because we'll focus on tidying up craft and making sure they're effective for where they need to be once we've got our spreadsheets all filled out. That would be very good. That'll probably happen after the shuffle, honestly. Okay. It looks like a backwards running vertical from Captain Scarlet. I don't know what that means. Alright, so... Proton and lift is the thing. Lift. Which is an expert design. So that'll actually be... Well, no. The lift is... Oh, jeez. The lift is one of the things we're going to have to be shuffling around, isn't it? Does anyone know off the top of their head what's the fastest thing? Again, okay, no, it's just gonna be the lift. Just gonna be the lift. Alright, against lowest difficulty submarines, same faction, if possible. We're gonna go, because Glakave doesn't have any submarines, we're gonna be going, once again, it's the Pursuer. It's the Pursuers and the Argyr, so... SR Pursuer and SR Argyr. You thought we were done with watching the Argyr just sit... I think the Argyr at this point is one of the things that's been tested against the most, simply because it's a giant submarine. It's quite helpful for that. I wonder if the update ornithologists can fight them. Almost certainly yes. We could do that, but, hold on. And let's do that as the bonus fight. Alright, so... Bonus fight... Ornithologist. Not sure if leaf blower or computer fan. Just computer fan. Okay, so first things first, let's throw it against the Legionary and see what happens. The Legionnaire, sorry. I keep saying Legionary. Legionary. Quite contrary. How does your garden grow? Right. Are the trees gonna freak out? I just remembered. The trees are not freaking out. Yay! The Lorax! The Lorax does not hate me! There's not many trees over here in this neck of the woods. Alright, let's go here. I do like this spot on the map, actually. It's like tidal flats. I need to go somewhere else. I need to go here. Yonder here is the testing ground. Here's the testing ground. Here's the testing ground. Here's the testing ground. Ground. Where's the Lawrence? There we go. And Glakave Dominion. I forgot how much the... So this is around 500k. I think the Legionary is... Legionnaire is actually cheaper than this. Hello, Son Bone. I am the Lorax. I speak for the trees. Recycle your plastic or I'll break your effing knees. Hello, Atlas Echo. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Alright, so... Lawrence is around 520k. So, let's go here. AFVs, Legionary. Alright, 652 divided by 520. Let's go find the calendar. Let's go find the calendar. Right, 652 divided by 520 is that. That is a 1v1. Alright. And let's do proper colors. And someone has atted me on Discord, and I don't like it. Did somebody remember something last second? I am working on Glacave tank at the moment. Okay. What? Difficulty. Right. Cool. I should not set the precedent of answering anything on Discord while I'm streaming. Don't you know? Alright, so here, yonder is Legionary, here is Lorenz. I think the Lorenz is going to die horribly. Ah, that explains why the Lorenz is so expensive. It's mostly heavy armor and missiles. Alright, so the Legionary is... what is happening? So the Lorenz is at 3% health, and I wonder if it's doing the thing... I wonder if it's doing the thing where it's set to water mode, or what you call it. Alright, so Lorenz is basically a floating brick, spamming medium missiles, so... this is definitely not godly. The vibe I'm getting from this is not godly. Mostly because it's also damn slow. Well, it's not that slow. 34 meters per second. Hold on, what's it doing right now in terms of speed? 30, okay, in water it's slow as balls. It is interesting, however, that because it fires its missiles sideways, it kind of splits the focus of Seaways and interceptors. Let's see here. You have retreated onto water. You are very on fire. Interesting. What's interesting is that, Nope. Might need some target power adjustment. It's trying to hit the spotlight. It is. Let's make a note of that. Let's go... where is it? Lorenz. I think it needs color adjustment plus aesthetic tweaks. I'm going to remove that note in favor of a different note that says... needs target prior adjustment. And yes, it looks like somebody... yeah, nope, weapons are disabled. It has... well, not weapons completely disabled. It has a whole bunch of medium missiles, which are mostly going to get shot down. Like so. Did something... yep, okay, no, AI did. That's pretty decisive. Alright, so lost horribly. This is not... hello, Jenny Creations. At Discord. What are you trying to do? Ah, the spotlight, right. What is that? I don't... that is not a command that exists in this chat, Jenny, just so you know. So, yeah. What were we doing? Alright, so... lost horribly. Not godly. For sure. Alright, so now against the nail gun. Let's do that. When I threw that thing together for the thunderstorm, I did not expect it to get yoinked for other things. Alright. Oh yeah, you make a sub-vehicle for Sewol, people are just like, yes, I don't have to make one myself. Alright, where is the Lorenz again? Let's go find it. Let's go find it. And gonna spawn that in on Sewol colors, just for giggles. And we're gonna spawn in the nail gun next. Hold on. So the Lorenz is 5.2, is about 5.2. The nail gun is about 84,000. So 522 divided by 84. Right, 522 divided by 84 is 6. So okay, so bad news for the Lorenz. This is a 6v1. Alright, that's definitely not going to be a pain in the ass to set up. Right, so let's go here. Sewol Republic. Hold on. Sewol Republic. Stole my presents just for giggles, I guess. 1. Oh, this thing. Glacave just can't be normal, can they? Be normal! Admittedly, it's my damn fault for, like, insisting back in the day that, they have, like, 4 weapon types each. That's rather silly, honestly. Alright, reliable zones. Oh yeah, didn't the nail gun have, like, every weapon type? Yes, I think it does. So yeah, it's got missile, cram, particle cannon, plasma cannon, simple laser. So... why is this a hard, exactly? Why is this so laggy? I hope my computer isn't dying, because this should not be lagging as much as it is. It really shouldn't be. Hold on a minute. Glacave enjoyers are not normal. Nope, 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 nope. Okay, so... oh, yeah. There's, they don't even have the range on the gun. Alright, so I need to go back over here. The nail gun needs LWC range limits for ABS. Okay. Alright, so the Lorentz is actually kicking ass here because missiles, I suppose. Why is this so laggy? Why is the nail gun such a laggy thing? Maybe it's because... oh, lordy. Okay, yeah, this is another one that's probably gonna need to be done over a bit, because it's like, it's a bit much. Alright, yeah, no, I'm gonna demote the nail gun down to normal, because this thing is so jack of all trades that it's absolutely not a threat to anything proper. Alright, just going to... 1v6. Dropping gun down to medium/easy. It is fun, interesting looking over these things and like, torpedoes. Also, oh dear, yeah, there needs to be altitude limits set for the torpedoes as well. Just altitude limits set on everything, actually. Alright, so the nail gun, range, altitude limits. Just for everything. And altitude, there we go. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. This guy's just kind of sitting here. Hello. I maintain the render distance mod is a big part of what I liked. Well, no, not really. Because sometimes we have, like, sometimes we have lag and sometimes we don't, so... like, with the render distance mod activated, so, I don't know, like... Wait, is that glowing? It is! Hold on. I do kind of want to have a look at the nail gun quickly and, like... if there's something especially laggy about the way it's built. Maybe it's just all the sub-objects on it. It's got a lot of sub-objects all very close together. It is on average much laggy with it. Of course, I mean, if something interacting with water, yeah. It is very fun. Lauren seems to be very tall. Maybe you should check if it tips on rough terrain. Not what I'm, it's not what I'm testing right now. And yeah, this thing is definitely going to fall over at some point. Alright, so let's delete everything. I want to have a quick look at the nail gun. Just for giggles. Alright, so first off, let's see here. There are a lot of sub-objects here. Like, a lot of sub-objects for such a small design. So that's definitely not, there is that. Yes, okay. How many decorations does it have? 163, so it's not that much. Anything else? Does it have lights on it? It does have lights on it. Do these things have shadows turned off? They have it turned off, okay. I think maybe it's just so many sub-objects so close together that probably does the trick. And yet, this is one of the funkiest damn things I've ever seen. All the wakes from Torps. We aren't going to win that argument, though. This is a good point. What? Okay. Alright, so... Alright, well, I don't know. We'll optimize that at some point, probably. Unfortunately, a lot of this campaign is me just saying, we'll fix that later, eventually. So... That felt good. Just gonna drop by. I somehow can't watch your streams, buffering every 2 seconds, so I'm a go, but good luck with the shuffle. Thank you, Ilival. I don't find render does this mod causes issues. I mean, it can, but it's a different thing. It's like, GPU versus CPU, what is being slowed down. So, yeah. Yeah. I think sometimes you just have a whole bunch of sub-objects and that's just too much. Mostly causes issues with stuff breaking due to bad terrain following. You also have an extremely capable PC. Yeah, Azusa does have something stolen from NASA. Alright, let's go find the Proton Squad. What's the worst that could happen? Proton Squad is around 150. Alright, so how proton-y is the Protons? What's this armed with? Okay, missile, pack, simple laser. Aha! The protons are not particularly evasive by fast plane standards, so this might not be the best one, although they are easy design. By design. This thing looks really good in Starlight colors. This is a fun fella. Look at it, look at this. Ta-da! Unless it causes issues, I just want the wakes from the mod, don't care about the distance. Fair enough. I mean, you can, there's a lot of options for the render distance mod. You can, like, turn a bunch of stuff off. Like, you could use... allow vegetation to be... If we do this, what does this look like? Ah, look at that. Wow, I completely forgot that this is what the terrain looks like. Damn. That possibly helps, doesn't it? I literally forgot that's what it looks like. That's a sign of a good mod, when you just straight up do not remember what the game looks like before you install the mod. You ready to play Barons? Yep. Can anyone suggest some good land campaigns? Want something very fast evasive? The Exarat Squadron is my go-to. We'll see how we go. How fast are these things? I think these will do, honestly. 101 meters per second. What do you call it? The Lorentz is actually kind of struggling to shoot these down somehow. Yeah, the Lorentz is actually struggling. Okay, never mind. It has just stopped struggling. How did it do that? Also, are these things even firing? Oh, they are firing. Alright, well... It does okay. It's got a bunch of missiles. It's got a reasonably fast... high muzzle velocity APS, and it's got that plasma gun right there. Going pew-pew. Alright, so we'll call that a win. So... decent. Hey, nothing to... rave about. Jolly good. And the lift. Right, I'm just gonna call it here because the Lorentz literally has not taken any damage whatsoever. Right, let's do that. I did, but I want a land campaign where I face land enemies. Don't think that exists, people love aircraft too much. No, only. But like, more than like 4 tanks. It might be possible to do that, You could make a version of Ashes and you just remove all the aircraft. Like, maybe that would work. Saying that, that requires, like, going and messing with the map editor, which is terrifying. Oh hey, the lift is actually on par in terms of cost with the rents. Actually, no, it isn't. So let's go here and let's go. Hold on. What is the rent? Is the rent? No, it is on par with itself. Interesting. All right. All right. So the lift is a big fella. Is big and fat. I'm trying to remember what this thing's even armed with. Alright, so mostly 8 PS? Don't fall into the water now. Uh-oh. Whoa. Showing off a little bit. Alright. Huge missiles say hello. That is what that do. Oh. Hold on. I remember now. The lift does... Is that what I think it is? Yes, that is the Sandblaster. Well, it's just a minigun, I guess. Also, ye gods, the lift flies low. That's not a good idea. Not a good idea at all. Alright, well, it's not... I don't think the lift is this... I mean, the lift is an expert craft. Expert. Which basically means hard, so... What are we testing here? The lift might need a major overhaul. I agree, yeah. Perpetuals, working as light craft, I found theory crafting in the editor boring after about 5 hours. Okay, great. Okay, right. Definitely a plane with little to no actual lift, ironically enough. We got some more feedback on Barons of the North today. Alright, what are they saying? I'm going to add a lift thing here. A lift note. A note on the lift. Ironically... flies dangerously low. Yeah, the Lorenz ain't winning this. Ah, yeah, the ornithologist would eat the lift alive. Also, the lift is like... This thing flies at almost 140 meters per second. It just doesn't look like it because it's so big and so chunky. Also, sometimes it does that. Alright, so I'm just gonna go put that as a... loss. Okay, so... Lost, not good against... the flying... brick plane. Alright, so the... Alright, now we need to test against the submarines, which is basically the Pursuer and the Argyr again. They said they liked Barons of the North, but it was brutal, which is exactly what it was going for. More people are learning efficiency. Yeah. Do. Yep, okay, like, we've seen enough. Alright, so, Pursuer time. Let's go sit in the big puddle. Or, also known as the ocean. Huh, Lorenz has taken a while to test, actually. Ooh. Alright, we're gonna go sit in the ocean. Gonna go sit in the ocean. Gonna go sit in the ocean. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-da-doop-da-doop. Doop-doop-doop-doop-doop-doop-doop-doop. What do I want to do? I want to do this. I want to... Whoops. Not the neighborhood! Not the neighborhood! No! Alright, so... There we go. How well does this do against submarine? Uh-oh. What just happened there? Yeah, this is the problem with having anything made of heavy armor. Go on the water. Okay, why is this thing on fire? Oh, that's why. Do I see bullets? Okay, so hang on a minute. Aha! Alright, this thing actually does do things against submarines. Hang on. Wait a minute. Those aren't... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is there a crap ton of GPPP in here? What kind of missiles are those? Hold on, let's just do block counter. If it's got a crap ton of general purpose processing power, we can probably guess. Yep, those are remote guided. Aha! We've learned something here. Those are indeed remote guided torps. Alright, cool. The Lorentz actually can fight submarines. How about that? The lift has clear APS clips. Why? Oh no. Alright, gonna add a little note to the lift there. Flies entries low. Needs solid APS clips. Okay then. Well done, Lorentz. It wins. Alright then. So, Pursuer 1. Remote guided hybrid torps say hello. Alright, now the Argear. What's the worst that could happen here? The Argear is stupidly expensive, so let's see. Let's go back over here. Wait, no. Submarines, Argear, no ballast tanks. So, 1, 2... I'm gonna say it's a 3-on-1. I don't think the Lorentz is gonna do well here. Don't think the Lorentz is gonna do well here. I think the Lorentz is going to die. The Lorentz is going to die. Burp, burp. Okay, let's go there. Lorentz. And Glacave. 3-on-1. Lorentz is gonna die. Lorentz is going to die. Lorentz is going to die. Lorentz is going to die. Lorentz is gonna die. I love causing suffering. We know it's a ton of ERA, but that's not against the rules. But the fact it's not even the half ERA is funny. Uh-oh. Somebody watched one of my outdated tutorials. Uh-oh. Yeah, the Lorentz does need a bit of a do-over, doesn't it? Also, the lag is back because... Probably because of missile wake, honestly. I do think my PC has been slowing down a bit, so I might need to do something about that. Ah, the Lorentz actually has some. All right. Wait, does the magnifier have decoys on it? It does? Huh. I think the Lorentz... Was the Lorentz intended as an anti-submarine thing? Well, thank you, Orange. Try turning that off. Maybe the loads of torps calling away. Because its current shape is really... Alright. Alright, no. It was John McFist who did the stretchy thing. Hold on. Let's turn the wakes off and see what happens. Let's go... Nope, it's still pretty laggy. It is still pretty laggy. I might need to do some maintenance on my computer. Oh, gonna turn the wakes back on for this. Yeah, it's not the GPU. I think it's the CPU. Maybe I need to... I really don't want to check to see if my frickin' power box is wigging out again. Let's do medium area wakes. And... Ah! Rance actually took that like a champion. Human John, yes, BRB, but it is less laggy. I mean, it was less laggy, but, like, the principal amount of lag is not caused by it, so... Enemy missiles firing... Yeah, I mean, yeah, this whole fight is ugly with missiles, so... I'm sorry, what? Oh, it's the type thingy thing, alright. Alright, how is our lag? Yay, 20 frames per second, excellent. Right, something is AI dead, that is the little drones being all droney. Yeah, that's a crap ton of missiles. Deacon's Christmas. Basically, all of these are going to get shot down, by the looks of it. Yeah. Yeah, degraded mode. There we go. Alright, so, you know what? I think the real reason for the lag here was staring us in the face this whole time, is the approximately 7 bazillion missiles right there. All people, John, you can trust me on this. You ain't winning this one. Are you trying to suggest that I'm unreasonable and I don't listen to people, Dr. Dooley? Your customary pessimism is noted. Yep, wait a minute. Oh, wow. Those just despawned. Huh. Also, okay, we've got a collision over here. Okay, good. Alright. Yeah, this is an issue, isn't it? Oh, no, don't tell... Yep, okay, that's, that was silly right there. You've never once said this is a dictatorship. I mean, I have said that jokingly. Alright. Right, so this is a bit of a whoopsie. Alright, so... If I'm correct... Range... I think I spelled missiles wrong, but it's okay. Alright then. So we're just waiting for there. The Argear is still 1,000 meters away. And wait for it. Yep. Okay, no, that's a bit of a whoops. Alright, so... I think that's just a case of the Lorentz is too slow. And the Argear is backpedaling faster than it can catch up. I am running the same fight I'm using now, and it's pretty much fine. 0.82 game speed. Goodbye? Wait, what's goodbye? Who's goodbye? What's goodbye? What happened? Is the sci-fi shuffle a dance move? Man, I hope so. Well, it's certainly, let's look at the Lorentz's plural. Now, here's the question. Will these guys survive the ad break? I don't think so. Okay, game speed is at 0.41. Maybe it is my PC that's the problem. Although the fact that you want to talk about dance moves, these guys are bumping butts right now. They're also repairing each other, which definitely doesn't help. Alright, I'm gonna go take the ad break, but I am gonna make a note here. Lorentz loses very slowly, not godly anti-sub material. Medium torps. Meh. Alright, and I thought that said boss fight for a second. Alright, now, can I leave this running? Will the Lorentz's plural last long enough for that? Let's lock onto the back of this. Alright then. I'm gonna run away and have more coffee because I want it. You area ISO. Oh, I am streaming as well. You know, I forgot that. I thought you guys just lived in my computer. That'll be, however, I do not have the render distance mod. Oh yeah, I think the double whammy of render distance mod and live streaming probably does not help. I do like the decals on the originals. Yeah. The sci-fi for... Yep, the sci-fi communist shuffle is just... I'll do that dance for you later, in a second. Alright, I'm going to vanish. Right, enjoy these advertisements and hopefully the camera stays focused on something that looks interesting. Be right back. Aha! Beautiful blank seaside scenery. Where has everything gone? The water is very nice. And the Argyr won, to the surprise of absolutely nobody. I'm going to turn my face back on. That's always the gamble with leaving a fight going. Is that From the Depths does the thing. Thank you, Gumbo Coin, for the follow. Thank you, thank you. I'm back. Alright, so bonus fight against the ornithologist just because I feel like it. Also because people asked for it. The learns just all just... Wait, they what? They all just despawned? These ads are awful, yeah. That's called the Rasputin dance. Rasputin was not a communist though, so... Let's go over here. Where are we going? Thank you. Thank you. Evan, back up. They took damage, sank, and despawned. Yeah, that makes right. That makes right. Makes right? That makes sense. Alright. Tits out for Amphantasma. Oh, tits out for Amphantasma. Oh, everyone check your posture right now. Ow. No, that was bad. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Burning feeling. Ow, 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 ow. Is leg still attached? I'm not sure. Leg still attached? I'm not sure. Okay. Alright, so Lawrence versus Ornithologist. What's the worst that could happen? That's a 1v1. So let's do that. Bonk. Bonk. Alright, where are we? We're there. Alright, Ornithologist. Over here. A traitor Ornithologist. Buster checked. It's in a bad position and it's staying there. Okay! If you want to keep it there, get us written. Don't blame me when your body hurts. You know, it's easy to underestimate the Lawrence right up until you remember just how many missiles it throws at you. How's the Ornithologist's missile defense again? Uh-oh. The Ornithologist is a bit of a brick, though. Also, I think both of these things are set to prioritize driving on water. So that's an issue. Shrimp mode. I do indeed think that Lawrence is going to win this just through sheer missile spam. Something I brought up in Discord the other day, I think it might be good to keep the empty Glakave export slots open as Godly, but put a price cap on them. Glakave Godly skew very expensive, with the majority of them being over 1.3 million and the cheapest being like 550k. Good point, actually. That is a point which is good. Is the Ornithologist okay? It appears to be confused with how it's driving. What have we done so far? I'm quite late. I would be amazed if a Ornithologist wins. It's a bit too specialized for planes. That makes sense. Okay, so what have we missed? We have... What? According to the stream to-do list... we have looked at updated Sarcosuchus, Ankerbolt, Argir, and Wadjet. And the shuffle is, it's taken a while because the Lawrence is a bit of a brick. So, also, not to spoil a video which I recorded earlier this week and is probably going to get uploaded soon-ish. Man oh man, when you muck around with wooden craft, it is actually really satisfying how fast the fights are. When things are made of heavy armor, things take forever. Detection problems look like... Okay then. Yeah, Ornithologist is not winning this one. Alright, so... Can confirm that Lawrence at the very least wins this matchup, so... Ornithologist. Lawrence wins... Ornith... Ornitho to specialized. Okay, so this is a hard. This is definitely not a Godly because it got clobbered by the Legionnaire, and like I don't know, the lift kind of ran circles around it. It is a threat to submarines, but not against like really strong submarines. So yeah, no, the Lawrence is a hard. It is a solid hard. I thought it would be easier, honestly, but yeah. So I'm going to do the shuffle now. My design's opposite. I like my armor. What have we done so far? Well, the thing is, I like wooden craft just because I like things to be cheap. And then I get upset when they get blown up too easily, and I'm like, I tested 6 thunderstorms against the Maelstrom, and the fight took 25 minutes and ended because the Maelstrom ran out of materials. Yeah, that is one of the long-term problems with On the Depths, is that it is kind of easy to accidentally make a very drawn-out fight. Just because sometimes things are so evenly matched, it takes forever. Okay, so let us do the shuffle. So the Lawrence is gonna go over here to hard, and I'm just gonna... Wait, no, that's an artillery IFV. So let's insert one row above. Lawrence goes... here, it does beat the nail gun, but I think actually over here, I'm dropping the nail gun down to medium, like, because that thing is not scary, like, at all. Not even remotely. It's got doing too many things at once. And I'm just gonna block off all of these, because I can. And that is... Did I goof? Yeah. No, I didn't goof. Okay, cool. So that is still open over there. Probably should do that. And I am leaving that... Wait, no. I need to leave... I need to put this... That slot was open. I'm gonna put it over here. And I'm going to... What am I gonna do? I'm going to yellow this. I'm going to set here... Price limit of... Alright, let's do price limit of 200k. And price limit of 300k. So those slots are still open, but it's just, as John McPhee suggested, we've got too many things that are like $1 million or more. If the Maelstrom is, won't be worth wondering whether a craft is fun to fight if it takes a long time to test against. That is a fair point. If it takes too long to fight against... that, like, for its cost and for when you encounter it, then yeah, that is something to think about. 1v1 being drawn out will happen. The vast majority of tests take a while. Yeah, fair point. Oh, I thought about something around 600 to 700k-ish. Okay, true. Those are tanks, though. Yeah, alright, so let's compromise. Full compromise. So let's go 500 and 600k. Because I do want to see some cheaper godlies for Glakave. Alright, so we're moving on to the plasma cutter, and that's probably all the shuffling we're going to have time for today, because this has taken a surprisingly long time. Oh wow, these things are right on top of each other. Alright, so the ornithologist is having an extraordinarily bad day. Oof. Alright, I'm going to change the spreadsheet again. Alright. I am fickle. 200, 300k. That's not going to be challenging, right? For a land vehicle? Amphibious land vehicle? Okay, enough of this silliness. Let us look at the plasma cutter. Let's see here. That thing that was here. Alright, so the plasma cutter is a hover tank. There we go. I do like the plasma cutter. It's this is a good-looking thing. This is one of Gravitas's works. Ornithologists can't fight bricks very well. Fair enough. Might be fun to build for a war-shaped TM faction. Right around twice that. Looking at the near 2 meters of the 2 million of the tank I'm working on. Uh-oh. Glakave got all the really expensive stuff for whatever reason. Well, it's because they have that weapon requirement, which means inevitably some of those weapons are going to be the pricey ones, like plasma or missiles. Especially missiles, because it's easy to just duct tape them on. And B, they don't have structural limitations. C, their whole vibe is like sci-fi communist overkill, which means overpriced like mega projects is like very communist. I'm assuming all these crafts don't follow a specific design theme. I mean, they do. It's just, somewhat, they do. The theme of Glakave is just, like, is supposed to be versatility, so you'll see here, there's, like, 4 different weapon categories on this thing. Which is difficult to do, but, you know. Alright, so let us do some typing. As opposed to not typing. So this is the plasma cutter. So, yep. Nail gun. Not the nail gun. Right. Alright. How well will this do against the lift, do you think? Right, what is this thing's deal? And bonus fight, we're not gonna bother with that. Alright, so what is the thing that the plasma cutter is gonna go against? The plasma cutter is gonna go up against the combine, which is one of the most, I guess, iconic Glakave crafts, because it's ridiculous. Combine and this sledgehammer. Okay. Alright, so Combine, Sledgehammer, Proton Squad, Lift, Pursuer, and Augur. Alright, so let's throw this thing against the Combine. What's the worst that could happen? Big dude, cram gun, turret on this thing. Ooh. Sci-Fi Communist Overkill is my stage name. It's a good band name. Basically none other than +3 weapons. Aesthetically, they have very few rules. I got a phone call. Did Bodan do the Sci-Fi Communist Shuffle? Yes, it looks like this. There you go. There you go, kids. Now spread communism. Oh dear. Oh dear. Plasma Cutter might just outrun it. Okay, speaking of From the Depths, made an anti-missile resource tank some time ago, and I'm unsure whether the anti-missile aspect fully functions, given the missiles just fly into the air. They probably don't function then. So what's the problem? So these keep it range long enough. Squeaky chair, sci-fi comment. I forgot that there's a squeaky chair. I've gotten a few recent comments on the channel saying, please oil the chair, and I'm like, I would. People might riot, though. It is a bug and a feature. Okay, so Plasma Cutter is about 592k. Let's just spawn it over here. And the Combine is about the same, actually, I think. Yeah, it's similar. So let's see here. What's the speed of that? That is 126 meters per second. Oh, geez, that thing's fast. Oh, you think it's gonna outrun it? Tethers say hello. Tethers say hello. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The Combine looks dope as hell in Stonelight colors, though. Jeez. Uh-oh. Oh, this thing actually does outrun the Combine. It is still losing, though. Or is it? No, it isn't losing. Ah, it just happens to hard counter the Combine. Look how non-laggy this fight is. It's so nice. Who's winning? Alright, no, the Plasma Cutter is actually winning. Right up until it, oh, wow, it's already had custom jet pieces taken out. Might have missed that if the one. You sure you didn't say Euler's seat? Don't remember, though. Missile interceptor head? Might have missed that. Yep, you do need a missile interceptor head if you want to intercept any missiles. Alright, 94%, 89%. The Combine's losing. Wow, very much losing. Interesting. Well then. Well, this is possibly a poor matchup for the Combine, because melee vehicles generally don't do very well against anything that can outrun them. So I'm gonna say, I'm gonna pencil in one. One is faster than the... How do you spell melee again? Melee thing. Alright. Also, Plasma is good against the bricks. Very good. Damn, look at that block confetti. 92%, 83%. In normals like frag or HE do nothing. The silent head is the only thing that makes them target or damage enemy munitions. Yeah. Just out of curiosity, Avenkir, how long have you been playing From the Depths? Because that's the kind of thing I'm like, oh, you're new, right? Welcome to the game. Welcome to boat game hell. And yep, the combo. Wow. Welcome to boat game hell. This is actually quite cathartic. The Combine has a tendency to bully stuff, so Yeah. You also need fins or turning thrusters to be able to change direction. That makes sense. Wow. Easy to forget that plasma is actually really dangerous if you're really counting on heavy armor in order to save your bacon. Alright, next. Sledgehammer, alright. I do like the names of, like, the Campfire hovertanks, they're good. Are you sure about it outrunning the Combine, he said. Yeah, you know, I think you were right. I saw the harpoons land, I thought, like, uh-oh. Turns out that, nope. Nope. Okay, cutter. Plasma cutter. Not entirely that long. Played a portion of the tour a while back, got back into it somewhat recently. Okay, well, you have a wonderful, wonderful journey ahead of you. And just remember, above all else, have fun. Because this game can be very frustrating if you hyper-focus on trying to make things good. I suggest just mucking around. That's what people tend to do, and it tends to get the best results. Certainly I'm mucking around these days. I've stopped caring about whether armor works. What was I doing? Okay, sledgehammer. Alright. There we go. This is a 2v1. Yep, that is a 2v1. That is a 2v1. I'm trying to remember what the sledgehammer's armed with. Yeah, I don't know what happened. The harpoons just broke. I think harpoons can only do so much. Oh, this is the sledgehammer. Oh, the sledgehammer is... Oh, please don't fall into the water. I forgot about this. This is one of them things that's like, this is like an early design. And again, certainly against Campfire designs, the plasma cutter tends to do very well because, well, it's plasma. Yeah, wow, now this thing looks so good in Stone Light colors, I do have to say. Looks dope as hell. Also, this is absolutely my favorite kind of craft, is just a fast Whoa! Hello! That looked important. Something went kablooey. Pew pew. Still very new to run the depths. I tend to accidentally make really squishy boats that detonate from one cramshell. Yep, we've all been there. I fondly remember making a giant as APS deck turret, and then a marauder killed it in one shot. So that's the FTD experience. Learning the basics was about 300 hours of playtime, probably a bit more. I'm still revising the basics at 3,000 hours. Jeez. Grabs a lot of power, the armor certainly needs to be much thicker than I think. Trying to... Fun fact, I thought I would share here. I took naval architecture course this semester just to design even more attractive, realistic ships in FTD. Wow! You paid money to be better at this video game for aesthetic reasons. My goodness. On a normal broadsiding ship, having half or more of the total width taken up by solid alloy metal armor is about right. Yep. This is a game that regards regards the scientific method. That regards the scientific I think, yeah. It's interesting, this game has very wonky physics, but it's fun wonky physics. Let's see, what is this? APS particle cannon. Where is the pack on this? Seriously, where is the pack on it? Yeah, and the sledgehammers are not winning. Plasma goes brrr. Yeah, so I'm just gonna pencil in here. One plasma goes against flying brick. There we go. And Proton Squad is the next thing, which I think is this thing a godly, actually? It depends on how well it does against submarines, I guess. If I went free, I wouldn't have taken it, but it also helps me finish out a module. Nice. Rewards, oops. I keep bringing up naval research in this chat. You pay money. Nah, free higher education where I love. Damn! That's awesome! Well, that doesn't mean I haven't forgotten any of the basics since quicker to relearn stuff. Yeah, couldn't be me. Speaking of which, on the topic of munition, defense systems, what all counts as such? Since currently the only thing on that particular vehicle is a 360 camera. Munition warners detect all kinds of projectiles, and passive radar detects radar-guided missiles, and passive sonar can detect sonar-guided torpedoes. So basically, stick munition warners above, like, above the waterline, and passive sonar below it. Munition warners are the best. You can always use radar, both active... Wait, active radar can also detect? Wait a minute. Wait a ding-dang minute. Wait a minute. Are you having me on? Let's check it. Let's check it. So it will not detect. Oh! I did not know that. Radar can detect missiles and shells? How about that? I genuinely didn't know that. 6,000 hours, I'm still learning things. Stick munition always all over the place, they're cheap. Nice. Well, excellent. Alright, so we know who won this one. Alright. I like how fast these fights are going. Alright, so where is the plasma cutter? There it is. Well, Republic, and we're going to... What is the next thing on the list? Proton. Whoopsie daisy. Right, where is the proton? Where is the proton? Where is the proton? There's the proton. Proton is here. Did I spawn things incorrectly? I did. I'm a genius. Pew pew. Alright, how well does this do against fast planes? It does great because, Oh! Wow, I forgot this thing has a lens. Okay, yeah, no, this thing does great against fast planes because A, it can outrun them, and B, it has good anti-air weaponry. Yeah, wow, what the hell was that? Huh, this is not named. Alright, so I'm gonna need to go over here. Where's the Proton Squad? Runs need actual names. Okay. Yep, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that this thing does absolutely fan-dabby-dozy against, planes. One fast plasma goes. Brrr. Right, the lift. The lifty lift. Let's see how it does. Detector in active camera that comes with a giant flash bulb. Lower range than passive. Active sonar also sees torps. Pro tip for those who are in the... There's a lot of master's degree you can do for free in certain Germany universities. I'm not in Germany, but I'm planning on doing that for the master's degree in aerospace because it's not taught in my country. Huh. Well, maybe I should move to Germany and get a degree. Unless that's not offered to foreigners. I don't know. Alright, let's go... Lift. Let us be lifted. We will be lifted like boobs in push-up bra. Why did my mind go there? Don't judge me. Okay then, let's go Power Confederation for giggles. Remember to be uplifting. Like push-up bra. Like push-up. Alright, so yeah, Plasma goes hello. And thing is too fast to be hit by... But yeah, wow, nope, this is an ass-kicking. This thing might be godly. So far, this thing is, just because it's fast and it has a decent anti-armor weapon, it does good. Let's see, what is this? That is an AP... The hell am I looking at? Huh? Are those shells even hitting? Checking real quick. It's not for the EU members. It might be for Brits as well. I'm not sure though. Okay. Hello, Aimashi! Checking real quick. The canoes are under attack. Indeed! Well, this thing's under attack. And this thing's not a canoe. Okay, yeah, so the lift can't even touch this. And it's damaging this thing just fine. Tis not Brits anymore. Source Brit. Okay. Noted! Yeah, those shells are really not hitting. Alright, I'm just going to pencil in right here. 1 fast plasma goes. Alright, now we're on to the... Yeah, I'm not even gonna, hold on. Let's see here. Yeah, no, the plasma cutter has literally not taken damage, so we know what's gonna happen there. Alright, over here, Pursuer. Diff drone swarm? What? Yeah, move to New Zealand. Have you tried not being British? Yeah. One thing for the godly plane is you shoot a hard diff drone swarm. We have been through this. Vaguely reminds me of an early planar belt. It'll be infinitely better. I'm slowly moving closer to BW. Are we talking mentally, emotionally, or physically? To better understand sonar, if a sub has an outer layer of rubber but inner layer of metal, would it have a higher sonar state than a fully rubber sub? No, because it's just the outside thing that's counted, I believe. Yeah. Does the game take internal blocks into account? For detection? No. Unless it's giving off heat, in which case IR will be a thing. Okay, so let's do that, and let's drop some pursuers into the water. Kerplunk. Kerplunk, kerplunk. Let's go kerplunk. Kerplunk, kerplunk, kerplunk. Pursuer. There we go. Rubble gets shut off and increase your signature all the time. Every year you should halve the distance between you and BW, but never reach him. But that depends on how... Oh, that's what happens. Tractor beam freaks out by the looks of it. Alright, let's see. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Oh, someone's having trouble aiming at the thing down in the water. Someone's not shooting. Nope, someone has started shooting. Someone has stopped shooting. Okay then, so this, alright, so this is a hard design. It is a pretty hard design. Definitely not godly, because this thing is helpless against submarines. Yeah, nope, helpless against submarines. Helpless is not doing anything. Can't even really aim at them. This is the problem with... Wait, no, it has a particle cannon. Did it hit? Okay, well... It's not doing great. Okay. That does some work. But this is not an anti-sub vehicle. There we go. So there. Alright. Otherwise you're still echoing? Wait, what? What do you mean I'm echoing? I can hear you twice? Is anyone else hearing me echo? Yeah, I think like... Huh. I have no idea that would be in my mind. Do you have me open in multiple tabs? Do you have... Oh, Twitch just broke, I guess. Okay, gotcha. Whew. That's a they thing, not a you thing, Border. Okay, good. No echo here. Skill issue, not cheap. Right. Whoop. The land jump scared me. I can't hear you the first time. I can only hear the echo. Alright, yeah. This is gonna take approximately 1 million billion years. This thing might actually do better against the Argear. I think it's safe to say that the Plasma Cutter is a hard design rather than a godly. Just because it is specialized. And anything that's specialized to kill it will manage it. Listen to the siren song of plasma go pew. Alright, so let's do that. Insert one row above. Plasma cutter goes here. And expert thing goes there. And there. Jolly good. And we have a... Nope, we do not have a slot open there. I refuse. Alright then, next is the anchor bolt. Do we have time for one more combat test? Hold on a tick. I need to... I literally need to check my email, because my dad is coming over. My dad is paying a visit. It is a special occasion. He's going to look at my floor and criticize me. So what do we want to do for 20 minutes? Hold on. Well, nah, we have time to test one more thing, probably. Probably. Or do you want to just muck around for... Will he show up on stream? No! I'm half tempted to have my dad, because my dad is... Well, he was an engineer, he's retired now, but it could be quite fun to have him on stream, and like, not on stream, like in a video or something like that. That could be fun. Make it a smaller craft, is there a way to reduce radar signature? Yes, chaff. Assume radar wave reflection isn't modeled. Yeah, the reflection isn't modeled now. Anchor bolt is kind of odd for a front side. The frontal durability isn't that high to commit to most. Let's start at the very least. All right, let's look at the anchor bolt. Let's do the test. Let's do the work. Damn it. Let's do the mahi. That is the moldy word for today. Mahi means work. Hover tank. Oh, this is the updated anchor bolt. Oh yeah, we saw this at the beginning of the stream. Yay! This thing's also damn expensive. 600k, my goodness. Alright then. Ready, hootin'. Ready, hootin'. Ready, ho, 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 ho. Right, so over here, anchor bolt. We should throw this against the momentum, I think. Momentum. There's momentum and relativity. Relativity. And gonna go typey type. Right, let's see here. Like so. Alright. Fighting the momentum. Fighting the momentum. Did I ever... I didn't. I did not add here. Why did no one tell me? Why did no one tell me that I didn't pin the hub? Alright then. Momentum. You said aircraft were exempt from that requirement and I did it anyway. Well, yep, Red Bull PIDs. Lift it up in the air. Even with the AI off? Yeah, gotcha. I could tell because Borderwise did that once with his space satellite. Yay. From what I could remember. Yep, well, you gotta love a brand. Board. PID. Okay then. Anchor bolt goes here and momentum is over... Wait a minute. Did I make that? Hang on a minute. No way. Did I... I didn't make this, did I? Who made this? Oh no. Was it me? Oh no, was it me? Oh no. This is gonna be embarrassing. No, I didn't. Oh, thank goodness. I think it just got renamed. Do not fall into the water, that's bad. Right, pew pew, pew pew. Right, so what do we got here? 99% and 99%. So we got a front-siding flying brick against a broad-siding flying brick. This thing might be godly just because of how annoying it is. What is happening in terms of... What is happening in terms of... Aha, burst plasma says hello. Okay, then. I think the momentum... Momentum is not well armored. Interesting. Okay, then. Wait, and 0G won't fall anyway. The black and yellow scheme's very neat, yeah. Which crafted border-wise build? Not that many. I think the axe head is the one Glakave thing I made. That and the Glakave HQ. Canoe, and the other canoe. I have actually... There's been basically no canoes made for this campaign at all. Not even by myself. What are these guns supposed to be? Aha, they're meant to be railguns. And they are not railgunning. Alright, so the anchor bolt is currently... Oh. Oh, no. Well, I think the anchor bolt might be a godly thing, because, firstly, John McFist made it, and John McFist is good at the game, shockingly, to the surprise of no one. Also, this is a case of a frontsider versus broadsider, which generally goes badly for the broadsider 1v1. Although, the laser's just turned off. Why did the laser... Oh, the laser's turned off because the thing sank. Whoopsie daisy. Is there a canoe-only faction? Nope. There is not. What if we make him build another canoe right now? Oh, please, no. I think the gun just died. Mainly the pre-Lachlan heli. Yeah. Okay, so let's just note there. One. How much health did this thing lose? It lost like 4% health. One easily. Front siding. Front siding brick goes wee. That is literally... Okay, let's throw it against the relativity now. I think this might be a godly just because of, it's just kind of a lump. It's just kind of a bit of a lump. Alright, so what was the next thing? Relativity, alright. You better get your relatives out of here, they're ruining Thanksgiving. I'm funny. Ow, I hurt myself with that joke. Alright, so 604 divided by 455. 604 divided by 455 equals 1.3. It is a 1v1. Terribly sorry. Relativity. Border Dad arrived. Sorry, Dad, I'm being forced to build a canoe. I'll be with you in a minute. I've got time. It'll be fine. The frontal armor is actually less than a lot of frontsiders cost, of course. Yes, it's a chunk of heavy armor, but not much death. I too hurt myself with my own jokes. Yep. It's an affliction. It's a curse. It's a whoopsie. Oh, this thing. Oh, you poor bastard. You have a cram cannon. Oh, no. Wait, that thing warps? What? Ooh. And this thing is basically missile-proof. Oh, interesting. Huh. Okay, not that missile-proof. Alright, so, yeah, Cramcraft versus front-sidey fast thing. Why does this thing remind me of Warhammer 40k? That seems ridiculous. This thing is solid heavy armor. My goodness. It actually took that plasma burst fairly well. And pack goes kablooey. Whoops. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yep, nope. Okay, so yeah, relativity got real wrecked. One easily. Yep, again, front-siding brick goes wee. I think this is a godly, guys. I think this is, in fact, a godly, because I'm legitimately frightened of this thing. First craft I made was a small Warhammer 40k tank, way too small to be usable though. Hey, neat. Basically never made frontsiders because, to be honest, because I always try to make the stuff look realistic. Yeah. Actually looks less like the Luminous, more like the Baneblade. Yeah. Assault-proof is like waterproof. It's true until you throw enough volume at it. Can it beat a sub though? That is the question, and we will see that. Things like this tend to actually do okay against submarines because they're firing down and at an angle. This thing, it is in fact, because this, actually wait, it has torpedoes. So yeah, I think it will kill submarines. Alright then, moving right along to the... What's it? I never remember the name. Protons. Why are you pro-tons? Are you in favor of overweightness? Also known as obesity. Okay, anchor bolt goes like so. And this is like, I think, yeah, the protons are not gonna last long against this. They're really not. Righty-ho, righty-ho. Protons, protons, protons. Protons. Right, yes, is godly then. Yep. I think you might be biased with a very EP stream where you tested the then unnamed heli against it. I mean, no. Not really. I might be slightly biased because of that, but like from the test we're seeing right now, the thing is actually kicking a lot of ass. And you, Mr. McFist, yep, okay, that thing just died immediately. You might be biased because you think like, oh, well, it's not that special, so, you know, I was holding back a bit. You're good at the game, John. You are good at the bloody game. Oh, boy. Christian, how many dusters do you need to throw at that thing before you can kill it? Probably a PC melting amount. The anchor bolt? Yep, an utterly impractical amount. Oof, okay. Alright, so that thing's AI dead, and planes heck off, yep. Are these even actually turrets, or... They're not turrets. They're fixed in place. Yep, okay, yep, well... The thing has lasers and packs, so, like... Lasers and packs... Go wee. No, not gore wee. Wee. Alright, so the good news is that this testing the... Not plasma cutter, what the hell is this? Anchor bolt. Testing the anchor bolt is going fairly quickly because it's killing everything really quickly. Generally sign of godliness. Generally sign of godliness. This, it's gonna eat the lift alive. It is going to go hum num 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 num. Big fat slow plane. Well, big fat plane, at least. Alright then, let's go over here. Hover tank. Anchor bolt. Like so. What? Oh. What is it? If you're surrounded from all sides with missiles and might die, I hope. I'm happy now. Wouldn't be a stream if I didn't get a chance to say number go up. Have you considered everyone else should be good at the game too? Yep. Okay, big ground going try. I'm happy now. Spawn 10 in the and killed them all without getting hit. Nice. German U-boat sung half of that was your... Wow, that's rude, Drinkfire. She was on one of the most... Jeez. Where'd that come from? Jeez. Golden syrup. Okay. Alright. Huh. That missed. Oh. This thing just flew out of this thing's firing range, almost. Except it's going to fly away again and get its arse blown off. Yep. This is why I don't do attack runs, people. Yep. Nope. And yep, that is very... this thing defends itself against missiles pretty darn well, I'd say. Huh. Uh-oh. Somebody got hit in the face. Yeah, no, this is not gonna happen. Bear in mind, this is a thing we're gonna have to shuffle, and this is really a hard design rather than godly. I think I want to throw this thing against the Firehawks just to see what happens. Bonus fight Firehawks. I'm pretty sure that this thing will annihilate the Firehawks, though. Yep, we know what's happening. Lasers. Right, lasers and pack and missile proofing. Proof. Let's go. Alright. I think this thing's gonna kill the pursuer fairly easily because it has at least one torpedo. Think of the children. I love the Aerotyne, but it's not very good. Me too. Yep, question, what the Anchor Bolt do against an SS Aerotyrant? Oh, the Anchor Bolt, by the looks of it, will absolutely annihilate the Aerotyrant. And back, sorry what I missed. Random top hat. We are finding out that John McFist, shockingly, is good at making a flying missile-proof brick. I'm not sure anyone's surprised by that. Let's go submarines, and we go pursue-y, hooey, 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 hooey. Pursue-y, hooey. Pursue-y, hooey, hooey. Tell me that's not... Okay, good. Alright. Righty-ho, yellow submarines. And... particle cannons? Go... what do they do? Huh. Aha! Pack goes boink. What? See, it's the frickin'... who did that? I'm actually... thank you for the stretch. Yeah, like, well, right here you see... yeah, no, this thing can fight submarines. Quite happily. The Aerotyne is like the AC-130 at home. It's more like the, not really like... I guess it is like the AC-130 at home. Okay then, fair enough. I use the Aerotyne to test how well my ships can protect against large missile barrages, typically. What do I usually use? I suggest using the Palisade, because that thing is a lot. The Temu AC-130. Oh, that's so mean. Oh no, poor Aerotyran. Alright, let's go see. Torp and pack go. Whee! Alright, so now against the Augur. So this is a 2v1, roughly. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna go here. Augur, no ballast tanks. Yellow submarine, or in this case, black submarine. Again, I love the Aerotyne. I think it looks amazing. It's just not very combat effective. Yeah, it suffers from that thing in From the Depths where a realistic looking design does not take advantage of the borky physics and mechanics of the game, and thus is less effective as a result, which is a bummer. But yeah, it's just how it goes. The most effective From the Depths design is something that is all wedges on the front, and the rest of it is cube. So yeah, I don't even build in that style because I can't bear it. Okay, let's go. What did we want? We wanted hover tank. And let's put hover tank there. And we're gonna go there. A 1. A 2. Right, so I think the anchor bolts are gonna put a decent dent in this. They've already managed to draw blood, so to speak. Alright, wow, that thing just vaporized. This what is this? The SF-270, that thing just exists to suffer. Ah, the anchor bolts might not win this. Although they are solid heavy armor, so those missiles aren't gonna do much even if they hit. So, 99%. 99%. Let's see here. What are we looking at? Aha! Particle cannons go hello. This might be a big stalemate, actually. The bounce that's rarely met looking good and is good, yeah. Yeah, anti-air far too accurate. Yeah, lasers are, lasers do kind of make planes less feasible, let's say? I'd argue hard is still too high, but you think. I think you're underselling how strong this thing is, John. This is quite a meta craft, even if it is not quite as meta as you can go. Having medium 400k sounds weird though. Probably a few. I think the plane might just troll them long enough that the Argyro wins. There's a lot of stuff needed that's outdated or misclassified due to its age, because the packs and lasers are going to focus the plane. Clear guidance as to what godly versus hard versus east versus godly is better. I meant even normal cannons, and you can only tank so many large missiles. True. You say that, but the Argyro... that plane isn't launching. So I think it's, the Anchor Bolt has managed to do more damage to the Argyro than most things have actually managed. Also, that plasma actually does pierce through the water fairly well. Let's see... Yeah, no, they're managing it. You can only tank so many large missiles, but I think like 2/3 of that large missile swarm is just going against a heavy armor wall and going bonk. Otherwise, they said hard is too high about Aero Tyrant, not this thing. Oh, right. Sorry. That's what happens when you don't follow chat exactly. Bet you can... The Anchor Bolt is very good. Yes, this is godly. This is definitely a godly design. Because it is currently beating the Argyro. Slowly, but surely it's doing it. Although, let's see here. Yeah, 99% health, 95% health. Although the torpedoes, I don't think, are actually going to do anything. I think they're just going to get zapped. Anchor Bolt's very good. Should be godly. Yep. I'm glad you agree. And I'm glad I agree. With me. Let's see what happens to these torps. They get intercepted. Of course they do. Alright, let's see. Yeah, that thing only needs to drop below a certain level of health. I don't know who's going to win this. Both of them are kind of doing good. If the Argyro used incendiary missiles, they would probably be doing better, because heavy armor... I do tend to find incendiary missiles work better against heavy armor, because heavy armor is very fire resistant, but it also, once it gets a burn-in, it goes sizzle sizzle. Every potential the Argyro eventually wins, but it can indeed fight sub. Yeah, well... I think it might win. It depends that critical level. Who wins? I will call it... this could be a very long fight. Good against heavy armor because it loses AC when it burns too. That's true. That is true. It is unfortunate, however, that the Argyro is currently hitting these things everywhere but where it really needs to. Let's see. Also, I think, what kind of... Okay, so I believe... Oh yeah, those are impact particle cannons, and the Argyro is actually mostly hollow. Which means it's going to take a while for actually anything important to get hit there. Never mind! Never mind! Wow! I think those were the APS components. Oh no, that was APS and ammo. How much materials is left in there? Okay. I'm glad I was looking at the Argyro when that happened. Oh, hello. Wait, were those remote-guided missiles the whole time? Because if they were, uh-oh. Oh, nope. That's the problem with that missile. They just do their own thing. No concentration damage. Pierce pack. Wait, that was Pierce pack? That was plasma, I think. Ah, yes. Head for the opposite one. Also, John, thanks for not putting repair tentacles on this thing, because otherwise, like, that would be really sad. Yeah, this thing is not long for this world, because the plasma can actually hit through the water. Let's focus on this guy for now. It's just, he's losing bits. The anchor bolts are going to win. They are absolutely going to win. Anchor bolt is winning. Yep. Yep. This radar. No sub-vehicle, no reason to have tentacles. I mean, I guess, yeah, for an actual campaign vehicle, true. I personally, with my campaign, this thing is surfacing. It is coming out of the water. That is a very bad idea. Oh dear, I think its pitch control got blown off. Uh-oh. Somebody is reversing out of the water. That is bad. That is bad. Somebody is surfacing. Is it programmed to do that? I don't think so. Pitch control not working. Pitch control or bitch control? Pitch control! Pitch control! Not the other. Oh. It's immediately lost a propeller. Okay, so now that plasma is going to do terrible things. Are the anchor bolts firing missiles now? They are not. Yeah, anchor bolts are definitely winning. Anchor bolts are definitely winning because this can take a lot of damage. Augur doesn't do that. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. I do like how sometimes the solution to problems in front of the depths is keep throwing large missiles at the thing. Wow, this finally actually managed to do something here. Well, this anchor bolt, I think, has its main weapons disabled. This thing's godly. I am literally just gonna... Yeah, so... Wins eventually. Godly level anti-sub. So I'm just gonna chuck it into godly, but do I even need to do a bonus fight against the Firehawk? Do we deserve that? I think we do. Let's do the shuffle. Let's do the shuffle. Let's do the shuffle. Let's do the shuffle. We're gonna do the shuffle. We'll do the shuffle. We're gonna... La cucaracha. La cucaracha. La cucaracha. La cucaracha. Godly as hell. You don't have to, but I get the impression. Looks like customable plasma panels as a treat. You don't have to. Got the impression you wanted. Yeah, I like watching the Firehawks get shot down. Also, I'm interested to see how well. Yeah! You fools! You were doing so well. You fools! All right then. Someone is. Wait. Huh. Okay. It looks like Spaghetti has fixed the too low scuttle setting, because this thing is now on the ocean floor. Yep, there we go. Bonk. Bounce the North makes me happy. Going to be bored of Bounce the North. Okay, then we're gonna go... I have been WhatsApped. Was that my dad? Okay then. Anchor Bolt versus Firehawks. Did I say my dad's WhatsApp message out loud? Uh-oh. Uh-oh! Did I just dox myself? Made it longer than I expected before they collided, actually. Yep. Yep. Okay, quick Firehawk test. And I'm actually going to be tip-tapping on my phone because I'm a naughty boy. Naughty! Alright, where is... That's the wrong one. Alright, so Firehawks. Firehawks. Pretty sure the Firehawks are not going to win this one, but... No collisions, please. Alright, plasma. The Firehawks have that. Although, honestly, the the anchor bolt is pretty fire resistant, just because of how much armor it has, so I don't know. Yeah, I think it's gonna win. Alright, so let's go here. I'm doing this now, by the way, because otherwise I will forget. What's happening on screen? A breadboard that uses a lot of wife mode breadboard. Wait, what? Da 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 da. Alright, so by the looks of it, yeah, the anchor bolt was slightly singed, but that's it. Alright then. If wife is present, then give her a kiss. Wife. Azusa, do you have Wi-Fi in your place, or is it wife-I? Do you have Wi-Fi or... Huh! That Firehawk just got blown in half. Critical existence failure. Someone clip that. I'm going to clip that. I clipped it. Sorry, I'm very wife-brained today. You're always wife-brained. Your wife lives in your brain. A wife. I can use this for emotional support. I'm Solid Snake. In half, to be exact. Yep, rip in half. Oh, boy. Alright, so I'm going to add that to my to-do list, probably. Today's to-do list. Rod. Cave shuffle. Short. In half. Yep, okay, what is that? Pizza major comment. Thank you for the hydrate. My girlfriend is like coffee, always on my mind. To do 1, cry. 2, wife. 3, be gay. Honestly, that's a pretty solid to-do list. Alright, well, the anchor bolt just clobbered that. I'm not sure... I'm really not sure what I was expecting there. Not sure what I was expecting. Okay then, well, did I already do the shuffle? I did do the shuffle. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Alright, so, who's raiding? Let's raid Rawston, because Rawston is fun to raid. Raw raid. Rar raid. I'm not a cat boy. Don't you dare accuse me of such things. Alright then. You are welcome. Alright, the Firewalker is also partially a McFist design. McFist Industries. The iron fist of gentle military hardware. Right, alright, see ya. You ain't beating the allegation. No, I'm not. Damn it, McFisted again. Someone was gonna say it, and, well, I was expecting it. Rawston DT. Okay, so, what's the end of stream stuff? What's my spiel again? I honestly don't remember. Book, go read it. Two of Rogues, it's good. If you're watching this later on YouTube, firstly, hello! I hope the dystopian future is treating you well. Do remember to subscribe, because that is helpful. And you will help. And that's helpful. Thank you. And that's basically it. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Subscribe or something, I don't know. Subscribe, it costs you nothing. Really think of it as bookmarking more than anything else, because the subscribe button really doesn't do that much, except for put the channel in a neat row on the side of your, I need to say taskbar. I don't know what the word is. Basically, save the channel for reference later. That's really what the subscribe button does. But it's still required for monetization, so that is handy. I want to afford more drugs. By drugs, I mean coffee. Alright, let's raid Ralston VT, because I'm tired of this silliness. I must be silly in a different way. I don't know what, but it'll do. Alright, are you lot ready? Steady for Freddy. Time to raid Ralston right now. Have a good one. Farewell. See you.